Threats of violence have put schools on lockdown multiple times in the past few days. It's a felony for threatening a school in North Carolina. And in Wake County, at least 34 people, many of them students, have been taken into custody in the last year. WRAL Investigates Joe Fisher is looking into how these cases play out in court.
The state takes this very seriously.
A 23-year-old man appeared in a Wake County courtroom in September, accused of posting a Snapchat video showing a gun and threatening to shoot up a school.
I'm going to shoot up school Monday, Zebulon High School.
Court records show Garner and Raleigh pleaded guilty to communicating threats of mass violence, a felony. He spent 66 days in jail and must be monitored by the SBI's Behavioral Threat Assessment, or Beta unit, for 1 year.
They throw a very wide net in terms of, communicating with the family of the individual, communicating with the school system.
Wake County DA Lorrin Freeman says the Beta unit investigates juvenile cases too. However, she says students who threaten violence almost never spend time in juvenile detention.
And so a lot of times what we are trying to do is use these charges, use the hammer of the criminal justice system to start the process of making sure that these individuals are getting the support, the treatment that they need in order to long-term mitigate that threat.
That being said, Freeman does support strengthening state law to require pretrial detention for juveniles who make serious threats.
But in many of these instances, you need to be able to call a timeout, make sure that the individual is not posing a threat while all this background work is being done.
The sheriff here in Wake County says not all of these threats are local. Some of them, including phone calls to schools, originate in foreign countries.
And I see it as a national security threat. So we work with all the local, state, and federal agencies, and even if it means bringing the military in, I want to make sure that we don't leave anything untapped that can help us identify who's causing these threats.
Since last year, law enforcement across Wake County has taken 34 people into custody for threatening schools.
It's challenging. We have to utilize a lot of resources.
Freeman says some cases have revealed actual planning of an attack or access to weapons, but a vast majority do not.
A lot of times, what we're seeing is this is somebody either, thinking it's funny when obviously it's not, or a cry for help.
And the sheriff says parents can help by making sure their weapons are always secured and checking their children's social media accounts often. I'm Joe Fisher, WRAL News, Wake County.